Hello, Ruthie Renee with Quantum Field Trips. Another day of letting go. 31 days, in fact, of tools and techniques for letting go, specifically releasing pain, energy, triggers, whatever it is that you have holding on in your mind and your body that isn't helpful for you anymore. So we're just learning how to let it go. Today is day 7 and I have an object lesson for you. I have this lovely little potted Christmas tree that we were gonna put different decorations on. It was a cute little Valentine tree, and then it became obvious that the lights weren't working. You can see where I've pulled most of them off, and here's where the lights are on, and here's where they stopped working, so I pulled them off. It took me over an hour to unravel the lights just in 3/4 of the tree, or half the tree, before I figured out that I didn't have to do it the hard way. And that's what we're all about this week, is it doesn't have to be hard. So I want you to see how tightly wound these are. There's the light, and it's just wrapped around each branch so tightly, which is why it was hard to get off. And I had to bend the branch and manipulate and find where it was. And then I realized, oh, wait a second, there's an easier way. I could just snip the pieces that are holding it together. So I got my handy little, whatever these are, and started snipping so that it would come off more easily. Now, there is a problem. They're plugged in to the wall. That electricity, if I hit it with the metal, and I don't know if I didn't test it. I don't know if it would go through and electrocute me or not. So I unplugged it. Why was that important? I'll tell you why. I didn't want to get hurt. When we take away the current, then there's no chance of pain in cutting the wire. Now I want you to think about the things that you're holding on to, the pain and the triggers. By itself, this light bulb has no charge. It's just a piece of glass. There's no heat, there's no light radiating. It needs an energy source for it to really shine or burn. The same thing with the circumstances around the painful energy, emotion that's trapped in our bodies or in our minds. By itself, the circumstance is just data. It's just information. This happened. That's that acceptance, going back to the acceptance piece always. It is what it is. This happened. It's not good or bad until you attach some source of energy to it. That energy, you get to decide. It can be the energy of forgiveness. It can be the energy of anger. It can be the energy of love. It can be the energy of curiosity. You choose what you're plugging into in every aspect of life. Every single one, you get to choose how to respond. Many of those responses are so automatic that it feels like you can't help it. It just happens. It's natural. You made me angry. But if you could slow everything down into extreme slow motion, you would be able to see you had a thought. Somewhere along the line, you had a thought that connected, that plugged into that source energy, the emotion towards what you're feeling. What if you could just snip it? If you unplug, disconnect the emotional charge, then you can easily snip those programs, those lies, and let them unravel. It doesn't have to be hard.